Hi guys, and welcome to the Unite phone training on the Yealink T73. Getting started, we're going to go over all of the buttons and what they do, some basic phone settings, how to answer and place a call, how to park a call, transfer a call, and put it on hold, and finally how to check your voicemail and set up your greeting. So I'm going to go over the different things that may appear first on your phone display, and then we'll talk about the fixed keys down here. So your phone display is going to be right here. You're going to notice that you'll have things like your extension number listed twice. That's just so if I was on the phone with someone and I wanted to put it on hold to answer a second line, I could just push that and go to my second line and then push it to go back to my first line. So that's what the extension number twice is for. You guys might have a button like a general mailbox key. If this button here that said page said general mailbox, it would be lit red when there's a message there, and you can push that button to listen to the message and it'll ask you for your PIN. Your PIN by default, by the way, is 123654. So just so you guys know. Another button you may or may not have, just depending on your programming, is a page key. So if you guys utilize something like that, if you push the button, it would do an announcement through all speakers on your phones, or if you guys have overhead, that's what a page key is for. Something else you might have is a record key. Again, if you push the record button, it would start the recording. If you push it again, it would stop. Or when you hang up the call, it would stop. So again, if you guys utilize that, that's what that is. You may have buttons for coworkers like I do here, like Rebecca and Bruce. If they're on the phone, it would be lit red, like this little park button over here. But otherwise, if it's green, you can just push that to call them anytime. And then over here, you guys also might have park keys. Those are just holds you can pick up anywhere. So in mine, I have park 980 and park 981. You guys can see, and someone is waiting on park 980. That's what the P stands for. I'll be going over how to park in a little bit. These are basically soft keys that change based on what you're doing, like a smartphone. So just think of them like that. History, directory, and do not disturb and menu. And then down here, you guys are going to have your voicemail key. So that'll check your voicemail. This is your headset key. So that will get you to, if you have a headset paired with your phone, you can answer the call and hang up with the headset key. This is going to be your microphone key to mute yourself and unmute as needed. This is that scroll key, so if you need to see more than your first page of coworkers, you can hit this button to go to page 2 or 3 or whatever you need. This is your navigational pad, so if you guys went to the menu to change your ringtone, you could navigate to basic, hit enter, and then find the ringtone section. This is the volume up and down. This is hold, this is transfer, this is redial, and this is speakerphone. Going over into live calls, so we'll talk about answering, transferring, parking, conference calling, all that good stuff. So first and foremost, to place an outside call, when you guys want to place an outside call, you're going to lift the handset or press speaker, and then you're going to dial area code and phone number. So with these phones, it's like a cell phone. You do need to include area code and phone number, but that's it. You just literally dial, for example, if you're calling ServiceMark, 816-478-2000. To answer an outside caller, you're going to see on your display the phone number that they're calling. If they're calling a call group that you're a part of, like if you answer calls for sales and that's a group, it might say Jay Halterman is calling for sales, and it would actually see that on the display. But again, you can choose to answer, you can reject if you want to send it to voicemail. There you go, lift your handset, things like that. If you want to dial 911, you just dial 911. For options that you guys have for conference calling, if you guys want to conference call while you're on the phone with a person, you'll notice here I'm on an active call. So I have 3 options, which is transfer, hold, or conference. If I push the conference soft key, that is then going to put the caller on hold. I can then dial a second party and then press conference again to tie everyone together. So that's all there is to it. It is limited to a 3-way conference call, so just be aware of that. Now let's talk about holding and parking. I'm going to start with hold. So if I'm on the phone with Julie here and I want to put the call on hold because maybe I'm going to grab something and come right back, I can press the hold button here on my display, or I can press the hold button down here, whichever one you guys want to. So when you press hold, that caller is going to go on hold. Then you're going to get a soft key option that says resume. You just push that button when you're ready to resume the call. They're going to hear hold music. They're going to be good to go. Now, parking is a hold that you can pick up anywhere. So you'll notice on my phone, I actually have a button that says park, and I have these P980, P981 buttons. Those are just holds, okay? Hold extensions, basically. So if I want to park this call to maybe have Ryan pick it up when he's ready, I can press the park key while I'm actively on the call with Julie here. And at that point, it works like a valet. It's going to park it in the first available spot. So in this case, it's going to be park 980 because no one is there. Once it does that, you'll notice that Park 980 is going to be lit up red and it'll tell you call parked on Park 980 when you push this button. So again, I'm on the phone with Julie. I want to park it for Ryan. I press the park key. The phone system says call parked on Park 980, and it's going to light that key up red. So then I can call Ryan or send him an instant message or whatever you need and say, hey, Ryan, you got a call on Park 980. So at that point, he could just push the button to pick it up. He could also just dial 980 as well, whichever one's easier. Transferring calls. So you guys can transfer or you can transfer to like directly to voicemail, whichever one you want. But while you're on the phone with a person, again, you're going to have the main options of transfer, hold, or conference. So you're going to press the transfer button to do that. And you can do that here or you can do it here. It's the same thing, whichever one you want to. When you push that, the caller is going to go on hold. So then you can dial an extension number or you can, dial an outside number, whatever you want. And then if you want to send it immediately, you could just press transfer the second time. If you want to announce it first, you just wait. And when you're ready to send it, you press transfer. That's it. So it's just basically transfer, phone number, transfer. Done. If you do want to send that call directly to someone's voicemail, maybe it's a solicitor calling, things like that, you guys press the transfer key to start with. So again, I press the transfer, the caller goes on hold. Then instead of, dialing the extension number, I'm actually going to press the star key. If I have a button for them, I can push that. Otherwise, I'm going to dial their extension and then hit call or send. And at that point, it's going to call that number and go straight to voicemail. So again, if you do have a speed dial key for them, you can do star and press their button after you hit transfer. If you don't have a button for them, you just press, transfer and then star and dial their extension number and hit to the send button to dial that number for you. And it will go straight to voicemail. The star key is just what tells the system that you want to send it to their voicemail. All right, voicemail. So by default, you guys, if you guys need to check your voicemail, your PIN is 123654 at install. So if you guys want to check your voicemail, you'll press the message key. That is for your personal mailbox. When you push that, it will say, please enter your PIN followed by pound. So at that point, you'll do 123654 pound, and there you go. Now you'll be in your voicemail. She'll tell you if you have messages already. You can play them back. If you want to record your greeting, that's under option 3, which is personal options. And again, she's going to talk to you. I have them mapped out here, but basically, you press 1 to record a new greeting. Then she'll tell you to start recording, when you're ready, press 1. You'll record it. You hit a button when you're done. And then you do have to listen back to it and accept it or it won't save. So just keep that in mind. And then again, as I mentioned earlier in the guide, if you guys have like a general mailbox button on a key on the phone, like let's pretend it was on page, when there's a message there, it is lit red like this little park button is here. And you just push the button and it'll say enter your PIN followed by pound. Once you listen to that message, the light will go off on all the phones that have access to that button. So that way you guys aren't checking the same message. For voicemail to email, if you guys are checking that, you'll see the name, the phone number, and the transcript. So you got the name here, the phone number, the transcript down here. You got an attachment. You could save that to your computer. You could forward that along to someone else. So that's kind of what voicemail to email looks like. It's great. And finally, if you need to contact us or open a ticket, what you guys can do, you can please contact your local admin to reach out to us or help desk, IT, things like that. Once they do that, they're gonna contact us one of 3 ways. You can either call us, which if it's an emergency, always call. You can visit our website here to open a ticket directly, or you can email support@servicemark.net. So those will be your main contact for anything that you guys need. Please reach out there and then obviously be as specific as possible with any issues you're having so they can help diagnose what's going on. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great one.